domestic and international legal regimes. I thought to conduct my research on this topic because often we see through newspapers and media incidents which reflect that this area needs more attention and focus. My research problem is whether the available protection granted by the domestic and international legal regimes for Sri Lankan women migrant workers is sufficient to protect their rights. And my research is basically based on the qualitative research method where I examine relevant provisions of national and international legal regimes. Generally, the term migrant worker is a person who moves from place to place for working. But according to Article 2, Sub-Article 1 of the International Convention of the Protection of the Rights of all Migrant Workers and Members of their families, it provides a specific definition as to who is the migrant worker. Accordingly, a migrant worker is a person who is to be engaged, is engaged or has been engaged in a remunerated activity in a state which he or she is not a national. Here the important terms are remunerated activity and not a national. That means a person should be get paid for what he do and he should be not national of the country that he is working. And you can see the difference for women migration slides. And then I would like to draw your attention to the role of the women migrant workers in developing the economy of Sri Lanka. As we all know, foreign employment is an important and stable source of foreign currency inflows to Sri Lanka. For example, it is reported by the central bank, remittance from foreign employment increased up to US $4.65 billion in 2010. And most of the Sri Lankan women migrant workers are working as domestic workers. It may be because there are lack of education or low levels of vocational skills. And these women are highly vulnerable to abuse because they are lack of knowledge as to the rights available for them and what actions should be taken in order to protect their rights. And the domestic legal framework for protection of the women migrant workers includes Fundamental Rights Jurisdiction, Bureau of Foreign Employment Act, and Sri Lankan National Policy on Labour Migration. Under the Fundamental Rights Jurisdiction, Article 11 of the Constitution guarantees that no person shall be subject to torture, cruel, inhuman or degrading treatments or punishments. And also, Article 12 of the Constitution reflects that migrant women should be given equal job opportunities and healthy and dignified working conditions as equal to men. And next time moving to the Bureau of Foreign Employment Act number 21 of 1998. And the major work done by this act was to establish the Sri Lankan Bureau of Foreign Employment, which is known as SLBFE. And the objectives of the SLBFE are set out in section 15. And under the section 21 of the Act, it appoints representatives of SLBFE in any country in which jobs are available. The duty of these representatives is to supervise the foreign employment carried out in that particular state. According to section 24, it is mandatory to carry out foreign employment through licensed agencies. In addition, SLBFE monitor and assist such agencies. And under the section 37 subsection 1, it is prohibited to advertise foreign employment opportunities without the authority of the Bureau. And here, the SLBFE plays a major role in safeguarding rights of women by conducting training and awareness programs to avoid malpractices. Next, I'm moving into the Sri Lankan National Policy on Labour Migration. It was adopted in 2008 by Ministry of Foreign Employment and Promotion and Welfare. This aims to promote decent and productive employment under conditions of freedom, equality, security and human dignity. also recognizes the duty of the state to apply gender-sensitive criteria in the formation and implementation of the policies. Then I would like to draw your attention to the international legal framework. Under that, UDHR and ICSCR recognizes right to work for fair wages in safe environment and under healthy working conditions. And furthermore, CEDAW recognizes women have equal rights in employment as men and right to work in international level without any discrimination. And the most important convention with regard to my research topic is the Convention of the Protection of the Rights of All Migrant Workers and Members of Their Families. It recognizes the principle of set up a special mechanism to protect the rights of the women migrant workers, increase options of employment through developing vocational skills, and more awareness programs should also be conducted.